Hey, what's up, guys? We're having all sorts of technical difficulties here. Let me get set up here, guys. There we go. Hang on one second. Don't even got my hat on. It's going crazy. Hang on one second, guys. All right. We are live. We are live. All right. How's everyone doing out there? All right. I'm going to pull up the comments here. See what we're looking at. All right. Hey, everyone. Starting a little early. Couldn't get my AirDrop to work immediately, so I had to use my phone to go live instead of my tablet. And my phone didn't have any of these preloaded things in it. So I'm loading up right now, guys. Appreciate the patience on this. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Yvonne. Hey, Linda. How's everyone doing out there? Oh, right. I just was an accident. I'm sorry. That's all right, man. That's definitely all right, guys. All right. Sorry about trying to get this all. How's everyone doing out there, man? Live. What happens when you're live? Hi. All right. Let's try to get cheetah piss for the first time. Oh, you're getting ready? Oh, I think you'll like it, man. I liked it. It has a little legs. That's what I like about it. I like it. That's one main thing I like to look about for my weed is the legs, I guess you could say. If it lasts a little while. I hate a good high that only lasts like, I don't know, about 20, 30 minutes and then does its own thing. All right, I'm going to see here real quick, guys, if these headphones work or not. And we kind of get into some stuff here. Oh, yeah, Bullet Club's the way to go. All right, so let's see here. There we go. Hear anything here? I don't know if that's going to work or not. Probably not. All right, guys. All right. Bad buffering. Yeah. All right, let me see if I can fix this here, guys. Oh, man. It's always something with this internet needles, man. I tell you, I got Starlink, and we're still buffering out a little bit. I don't know what the problem is, guys. Damn it. All right. Hey, David, how's it going, buddy? Hey, Patty, how's it going? Oh, Geneva, Francisco, everyone on here. It is bad buffering today, man. I don't even got... All right, hopefully... All right, sorry guys. We'll just get through this. If it's buffering, I'm gonna tell you what to do. I would go back and start it from the beginning. Just kind of crushing this all together. Today I have a whole lineup planned out. We're gonna check out the lights, guys. The lights over Phoenix. Who remembers that? About was it 14 years ago? 20 years ago? Man, I've lived here so long. I hope it's not 20 years ago. It might be. Who remembers those lights, though, that were over Phoenix? There's installing our AC. Oh, my God. I've been in that same situation. Woo, Patty, man. Thank God, right? Hopefully they can get it done today. There's nothing worse than no AC, man. What was it, 115, 120 today? Just insane, man. My ankle's bad. All right. All right, guys. So, let me get back to the basics here. So, the trick is, I started reading, the trick is, if it's buffering, go back to the beginning. It's got to be 420 somewhere. When it finishes uploading, the whole thing will go. I appreciate everyone live, it's a huge support for you guys, for us, man. I really appreciate everyone coming in here live. I try to do it to where it doesn't buffer, but man, we sometimes we hit that snag and stressful. All right, guys. So what I do have is I need to load it up real quick, guys. I do have the top 5 at 420. That's right. And we're going to get into that right now, guys. It's a good one. Here we go. top 5 at 420. These are, maybe I should have thought. Alright guys, here we go. Alright. Number 5. We got. Oh, yeah, probably not a good idea when you're on any kind of exercise equipment to take it apart. Oh man. All right, number 4. Oh yeah, what's that? Don't walk on thin ice. Boop. And oh, they go. Lucky for them, it was shallow, man. That's got to be a wake-up call. Cold, cold, cold. Oh man. All right, here we go. Oh, he's thinking about it. Oh, yeah, that probably stretched out, you know. Woo. Oh, man. All right.
Women live longer than men.
What are they passing, a cake? Oh. Oh, whatever it was, he dropped it. I'm on my phone, so it's a little screen, guys. I can't see too well. All right, number 1, guys. All right. And oh, jump that fence, buddy. Oh, oh, you're not getting out of that. All right, guys, that was the top 5. I got a bonus one for you right here. All right. Hey, Chantel, how you doing? All right. Or yeah, I thought I did. All right. Oh, it looks like we're live again. No buffering, so that's good, guys. Hopefully we can keep it up. She tried to show at a concert, I bet too. She just split her pants. Oh man, it didn't look like she had anything. Didn't look like she had anything to cover up with too. Oh man, at a festival or something, that would be the worst. Tell me about your guys' festival moments, man. I know Ed S out there had some. I bet you Teresa Della or Teresa Mitchell. I bet you the Teresas, the Killer T's. I bet you they got some festival stories. What about you? Was it 20 years? Oh man, for those Phoenix Lights, that's crazy. 20 years, guys. I feel old as old could be. All right. Oh man, we got about 1 minute for 420. I don't have nothing loaded up here. Let's see what I got here. Some kind of effects for us for 420. Because I still got to go get my pipe and stuff. Man, I'm like, woo. What's everyone smoking on? What everyone's getting into? I saw a joint just flew out there. Oh, man. What do we got? You know what I could do is I could put this here. And then I could do that. All right, it's 420, guys. Let's do it. Woo. And I could do this here to make it. There we go. There, guys. There we go. Woo, it's 420, guys. I'll figure out the production one of these days, guys. There we go. It's got to be 420 somewhere. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for smoking with us. One Dank Nation. That's right, guys. We're getting ready to roll out the Dank Nation stuff very, very soon, like in days, minutes, seconds. Taking a little longer with the App Store than I wanted, but man, it's looking good, and I couldn't be happier. The Dank Nation, if you guys don't know what it is yet, it's going to be our app, our social media app. It's like Facebook and Instagram had a baby, and if that baby smoked weed, it would be Dank Nation. That's right, guys. All right, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to import our videos here for the lights over Phoenix. There we go. Let me do another one real quick here, guys. Appreciate everyone's patience. Well, how's everyone's 420? How's everyone feeling? You're like, patience, man. I'm just trying to get this ringing out of my ears right now. Oh, man. One more here. Let's see. Video. All right. And we got just one more, guys. Bear with me. All right. What do you guys remember about the Phoenix Lights? Does anyone have any memory, like how your old school Arizona people should remember it very well? I remember it as a kid. That's all anyone could talk about there for a while. Still no theories on what it is. Still, it's crazy, guys. So we're gonna get into this. This is brought to you by our buddies down at BuzzFeed, guys. Our friends, our buddies, they're our Freddies. That's right, guys. All right, so this is brought to you by BuzzFeed. I'm gonna jump in. It's very, very cool. Here we go, guys. Who remembers
Tonight,
this?
something strange happened in the skies over Arizona that still hasn't been fully explained. An event now known as the Phoenix Lights.
Going here.
No one knows for sure what happened that night in the skies over Arizona in March, but thousands of people saw something.
There we go, guys.
This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we investigate the Phoenix Lights, a possible UFO sighting in Phoenix on March 13th, 1997,
All right.
around 7 p.m.
So basically, what was it, 20 years ago or so, I think the anniversary just came up. These lights appeared over Phoenix. It's insane.
The National UFO Reporting Center reported that the first call regarding the lights came in at 8:16 p.m. from a retired police officer in Paulden, Arizona, which is about 2 hours north of Phoenix. The retired police officer
Paulden
reported
and Phoenix
he saw,
area.
quote, a cluster of red-orange lights
And that was the
arranged
shape
in
of a
V
cluster of
formation,
red and orange.
end quote. The National UFO Reporting Center reportedly began to get a flood of calls from south of Paulden, suggesting the lights were moving in a southeastern direction.
Very
Allegedly,
interesting.
There were over 700 witnesses,
Yeah,
including
so
pilots,
this is probably,
police
they say, the
and military
most
officials that were lighting up the National
witnessed,
UFO Reporting Center's switchboards,
UFO
looking
event in
for an
history.
explanation.
They had over
Some describe
700
the lights
witnesses
as
and like
orbs.
said, police
Others
officers,
said
firefighters,
triangles.
everybody.
A large amount of witnesses described the lights as part of a singular massive craft, a craft that made no noise.
Now, we'll get into this a little bit later, but like they were saying, it could be like just a big, massive craft like that. I don't know. We'll see some evidence, too, that's going to kind of point to the contrary on that. But one interesting story I don't think they cover in there, guys, is there was an airline or a pilot who was flying a private plane who reported this to the FCC. He never revealed his name until last year, and it was Kurt Russell, the actor. Maybe it was a couple years ago. It might have been during the Guardians of the Galaxy 2, all that publicity. He was on a British talk show, and he said he was the one who called it in, that he saw it. How cool is that? It's crazy, guys. All right, so let's jump into the second scene here.
Named Terry Proctor captured one of the only videos of this event. The grainy, low-quality video, which we can't show
Terry
you due to
Proctor.
copyright, seemingly
Is that the
displays
Oklahoma City
5
guy?
lights in a V-like pattern in the sky.
McVeigh's buddy? What was that
Around
guy's
10
name?
p.m., a second set of as many as 9 lights appeared in the sky,
Let me pull up
seemingly
the
hovering
comments
in
here,
the same
guys.
spot. Whether these lights are related to, or are in fact the same
Oh, you
lights
actually
from the 7 p.m.
was in-
sighting is unclear.
Phoenix was looking
However,
at the same
it's
lights. That's
this
pretty
set of
awesome.
lights that
Yeah,
comprises
see, that's
most
what
of
like people
eyewitness
saw him from
testimony,
one side of
as it
Arizona
was
to the
later in
other.
the night, after the buzz of the first
And
sighting,
Paulden
Henry
is
Printer
like where they say they
technician
kind of started.
Dana
Paulden's
Valentine
like
witnessed the
hours
craft
away from
his
Phoenix.
yard in Phoenix. Quote, "We could see the outline of a mass behind the lights, but you couldn't actually see the mass. It was more like a gray distortion of the night sky. Waving.
Yeah,
I
there's a
don't
lot
know
of crazy
exactly what
stuff
it
that
was,
gets stay.
but
You
I
know,
it's
you got
not
Area
technology the
51,
public
not
had
too
heard
far
of before."
around. You know,
End
you
quote.
never know.
Tim Lee, a management consultant,
A lot of
described
witnesses.
the event saying,
Lot of
quote,
witnesses,
"It was
guys.
astonishing. and a little frightening. It was so big and so strange.
Yeah,
You
actually,
couldn't
I've heard it.
actually
You know
see
what?
the
That's you know what? I'm
object.
gonna look
All
into
you could
that. I have
see
heard
was
of the Needles
outline,
the
as though
Needles
something was blotting
UFO.
out the stars.
And there's also a
The lights looked
connection
like
to
gas.
Charles
There was a
Manson
distortion
somehow
on the surface.
that I've heard
Also,
about that we need
the
to
light
look
didn't
into.
spill out or shine. I've never seen a light like that. End quote. According to a USA Today article from the time, air traffic controllers could not see the lights on
Air
radar,
traffic controllers
despite
could
seeing
not
them
see the
with their
lights on
own
radar, but
eyes.
they could see them in the sky. How crazy is that? Like, that's got to be weird to report on something like that. Just, oh man, let me go solo here. All right. So, man, what do you guys think so far? Like, there's so many witnesses, and we're going to get into a little bit more about, like, what the government doesn't even acknowledge it. Like, it's insane, but, yeah, we'll get into all that right now, guys.
Reports, it appears that the mysterious spacecraft was enormous, made no sound, moved slowly, and on occasion would hover over an area. Phoenix physician.
Yes,
Dr.
that's
Lynn
really
Katay
interesting. They made
was
no
a witness
sound.
of
I mean,
these
they were
lights
close
and
enough to
states,
film
quote,
on those
"It was a
big
mile-wide
VHS or
formation
whatever
of
we
these
had
orbs,
block
and I
cameras.
caught them head-on turning into a V." End quote. Witness Sue Watson described the craft as,
A lot of
quote,
people seem to
"a
think it was
shopping mall
multiple
flying
ships,
over my
too.
home. It had these lights in front, and then it was totally illuminated
The
underneath,
size of a
like
shopping
yellowish
mall.
amber.
Think about
It
that,
was a
too. And think
totally
about 20
rounded
years ago how
boomerang
big the
shape."
shopping
End
malls
quote.
were compared to what they
Videos
are
of this
now.
second event showed the string of 9 lights.
Oh,
hovering in the
97, I
sky.
do feel old,
The
man.
lights
Oof.
illuminate off and on, randomly, over the course of a couple minutes,
Yeah, look at
while
that.
floating in what could be described as a loose V-like formation. Other videos captured the events of March 13th,
That's
1997.
crazy. Let me pull up some
And
of these
according
comments,
to a USA
guys.
Today
Appreciate
article,
everyone on
quote,
here.
"Computer analysis of the tapes puts the object at 6,000 feet long, or more than a mile." End quote. Craft. There are others who believe the lights themselves
There was people
were
who
the
say there
crafts.
was lights
A
apart
truck
from
driver
the
named
craft.
Bill Griner's recollection of the event seems to suggest
You know, it
the
just
latter.
blows me away with
Griner said
all
that
the
his truck route
witnesses.
took him
That's
within a
up. Hey,
mile
Jeremy,
of
how you
Lake
doing?
Air
Hey,
Force Base.
how was
He states that
vacation,
he
buddy? Did
witnessed
you
2
end up
orbs, one of
being
which
okay
was
after
floating
that
over
little
the
bit of
Air
accident,
Force
man?
Base.
Hopefully,
At
I
that
said a
moment,
prayer for you, buddy.
3 F-16s took off.
That's gotta be
After which,
frustrating.
The orb pursued one, but then shot up into the sky.
Yeah, so yeah,
and
that's the other thing. You
disappeared.
scramble some
Quote,
jets off
"Before
and
this,
stuff.
if
and,
anybody had told me they saw a UFO, I would have said, yeah. And I
Hey,
believe
what's
in
up,
the tooth
Anarch?
fairy.
Yeah, it's
Now I've got
crazy,
a whole
right?
new view.
I don't think a lot
I
of
may be
people
just a
realize
dumb truck driver,
about
but I've
these
seen
lights. You know,
something
20
that
years
don't
ago,
belong
a lot of
I
younger
wish the
people probably
government
never
would
even
just
heard of
admit
it.
You know what it's like in this
Especially
city
with
right
so
now?
many
It's like having
witnesses.
50,000 people in a stadium watch a football game, and then having someone tell us we weren't there. End quote.
Yeah, that's whew. No, Geneva, I just took a freaking stoner nap. Like, it was one of those comas, those 10-minute comas. That's how come I didn't get anything transferred on here. I feel you. My first UFO was in 1974. My mom. Ooh, we're going to have to talk about that, Teresa. We have to get that, get you on the podcast for that. And let you tell some stories. Let me go back solo here. All right, man. All right. So, yeah. What can we say, man? So many witnesses and then just no answers. We'll go into the next clip here, guys. And let's see. Make sure I got the right ones here.
For answers.
Here we go. All right, here we go, guys.
Symington
Five Symington, governor. I
claimed
remember him.
He knew who was
Is he the one who,
and brought out
well, that was
the accused.
Meekum, right?
And
The
now
one who
I'll ask
got
Officer
impeached
Stein
or
and his
whatever.
colleagues to
Five
escort the
Symington,
accused
good old
into the
Fife.
room so that we may all look upon the guilty party. Don't get him too close to me, please.
Oh,
And it's here that
but
this
you know
story
what?
gets
So I'm gonna
interesting,
say, man,
because despite making a
distractions.
joke of the event,
Like that was a
Governor
distraction.
Symington
You
would
know,
later
you want to
publicly
cover. You
admit
gotta
that he
have some
too
answers.
had seen the
And what do?
craft.
You bring out
Quote,
an alien
"I
like
saw
that.
a
And you
huge
kind
craft
of
come
distract
right over
people
Squaw
from the
Peak.
truth.
It was just breathtaking. As a pilot and a former Air Force officer, I can definitively say that this craft did not resemble any
See,
man-made
and then, I mean,
object
just
that
so
I've
many
ever
different
seen.
videos of
It
it.
was certainly not high-altitude flares, because I've never seen flares fly in formation. Unquestionably, it was a UFO.
He must not watch the Daily Dank because he
Another
wasn't
interesting
flying at
fact from
high
Governor
altitude,
Symington
guys.
was
What?
the fact that his office did inquire about
Oh,
the object,
Fife
but
Symington
they never
again.
received an answer. And if a governor can't receive an explanation from the theories, of which there are
Yeah,
only
it's
two,
so weird.
the first theory is the
Okay,
official
so here's theory
explanation
one,
from the Air
guys.
Force that the lights witnessed in the sky were merely flares dropped in a training exercise from high altitude that night. The military states that the
I don't
flares were
know.
dropped over the Barry M. Goldwater Range near Gila Bend, Arizona. Though, it's worth noting that Tucson's Davis-Monthan Air Force
Everyone
Base,
loves
the base
Teresa
that
Deller,
allegedly
even the
carried out the
aliens.
training exercise, originally stated that it had no planes in the air at the time. Former F-16 pilot
see, but
Ty
they
Grove
originally stated
believes that
no
the lights
planes were
may
in the
well have
air, but
been
then they were saying
military
some kind of
flares.
major
He says that
exercise was
flares go
going
where the
on.
wind takes them. A breeze may have been able to carry all of them at an equal distance.
Interesting.
In June of that year, a local news anchor taped another flare drop by the military, and skeptics suggest it bared a striking resemblance to the Phoenix Lights.
I ain't
One
buying it.
important
Like, if it
detail
was
is
flares,
what
like anytime they
time
ever do
the
any
military
flares
reportedly
testing
dropped
and stuff,
flares
like,
on the night of the Phoenix Lights.
I've seen it.
The
Like,
flare
if they
drop
do it, I hear quite a
apparently
bit.
occurred
It's like a
around 10
trail, but
p.m.,
it's moving. You know, it's
AKA
not
the
just
same time sightings of
in
the
a
second
V
set of lights
formation,
were
too.
reported. But while that possibly explains those lights, that still offers no explanation for the first set of lights that were seen nearly 3
What do you
hours
guys think? What are
earlier.
your guys'
One man
UFOs?
named Mitch
Hey,
Stanley
what's up, Bad
claims
Corner?
that during the time of the first sighting,
You're
he
all
happened to
over
be
the place,
using
buddy.
a high-powered
Appreciate all the
telescope
views from
capable
all the
of
different
seeing
platforms, guys.
1,500 times
What do you
more
guys
light
think
than the
of
human eye.
aliens?
When he looked at the first set of lights, he claimed
What's
they
your
were
guys'
planes.
theory on it?
While
I'm
compelling,
going to share you mine
this
here in a
story
minute.
seems
Share
odd
with you
when you
mine here in
consider
a
the
minute.
fact that no planes were reported in the air during the time of the first sighting. And since it wasn't just
see?
one light,
That's-
but rather 5 lights, it seems odd that there would be 5 unaccounted for planes flying in tight formation.
That's what I'm saying. Because that would be a straight up exercise. That wouldn't be a, like just them doing that. That would be some kind of purpose to it. All right, let me, where am I at here? There I am. All right, so yeah, I don't buy that. That's just too uniform, too together. They would have to know something about it. And if it was just an exercise, why not just say that in the very beginning? Because you know you're going to get some people all fired up and wanting to know what that is. So, yeah. So that's the first theory, guys. What do you think? So what I think, not just this, just in general, is I almost think like if there are aliens out there, that they're, hey Matt, how you doing, buddy? That they're just so far advanced. I'm holding the torch. Look at, they're just so far advanced from us that we're basically like animals to them. Like, how often have you went into the forest and seen an animal, squirrel, deer, or whatever it may be, and try to talk to it and try to interact with it? Like, I mean, you know, for fun, sometimes we do, but usually not so much. So maybe aliens are just coming here doing what they got to do, and we're just like the livestock that they, and then when the livestock gets out of hand, sometimes you got to go investigate. And there's something about them going underwater. I'm saying it now, guys. On the Daily Dank, I may be high, but I'm telling you now, something about aliens going in the water. Definitely. All right, we're going to get back into this, guys.
That the lights were not
Theory
planes,
number
but
2.
actual UFOs, and perhaps proof of extraterrestrial life. On the 3rd year anniversary of the lights, another flare demonstration was performed to attempt to mimic the lights, this time by the National Guard. But people remained unconvinced that this was what they witnessed 3 years earlier. The flares, quote, flickered and moved erratically, end quote, and not in the bizarre grouped fashion.
Hey,
of the
Dwayne,
Phoenix
yeah, we are
lights.
talking
Jim
about
Delatosa,
aliens. We're talking
a
about the
special
lights over
effects
Phoenix
expert,
about
analyzed
20 years
videos of
ago.
the lights
You may be
and
too
said,
young
quote, "I have no
to
idea
remember
what they
that. I
are,"
don't know.
end quote. Him
But
and
yeah,
his
we
team
are
detailed the
definitely
orbs as,
talking
quote,
aliens
a
and,
perfectly uniform light.
what's going
with no
on with them,
variation
especially all the
from one
activity
edge to
lately,
the other,
man.
and no glow. They have ruled out lasers, flares, holograms, and aircraft lights as sources.
And
end
aircraft
quote.
lights
To
as
gain
sources.
further insight on this case.
All right, what
we
about
sat
this
down with
guy?
ancient alien expert Giorgio
Forgot.
A.
If you guys,
Supos.
this is the
What do you think
Ancient
the possibility
Aliens
of this
guide.
is?
If you guys have not seen
Well, we
anything
know
while
what
you're
happened.
super stoned that
So,
hasn't made you
well,
laugh
we do know
watching
what
this
happened,
guy,
and I agree.
oh, it's
We don't know
comedic.
what it was. What it was, yes, correct. And what I think is fascinating is that something similar happened 7 years earlier in Belgium, which was also seen by thousands upon thousands
There's
of
a
people.
show with,
same triangular formation, and then also
Action
the
Bronson,
individual
is that
lights.
his name? Some guy, I don't know who he
I
is. He's
think
a stoner guy, and they
you
sit
seen
around. They
anything
just do
that could
dabs,
maybe
and
be
they
an
get
early version of what we
super
saw in the
baked,
Phoenix Lights?
and they watch
What's
ancient
interesting
aliens, and they
is
just
that
trip out. They have a
Alexander the
green
Great
screen behind them. It's the
and
craziest
also in
show
some
I've ever
accounts
seen in
of
my life.
ancient
That's on
Constantinople,
Vice, of
there
course. If
are
you guys want to check it out.
references of giant flying shields. Giant shields that are glowing in the sky and just crossed, over the lands. So when you have these accounts of ancient flying shields up in the sky that are witnessed by armies,
I love how
you have
enthusiastic
to
this
wonder,
guy is,
well,
too.
were they all drunk? were they all smoking? Or did they actually see something?
Even if the lights were misidentified flares or planes,
I
this
love
still
that
doesn't
guy so
explain
much.
numerous witnesses
All right, that still
describing
doesn't
a
explain.
massive craft that the lights were attached to. Piggybacking off that, on March 14th, 1997, the morning
then
after
in
the Phoenix
97.
Lights, an airman from
Man,
Luke Air
oof.
Force Base detailed a disturbing story from the day prior.
What
He
the
claimed
hell?
that the base got a call from Prescott Valley
That's not a
Airport,
good-
quote, reporting an object that had a near miss.
We just got
with a small
spammed on the
Cessna,
chat. Sorry,
end
guys.
quote. He
I
claimed
will,
this call
remove
came
that
at,
when
quote,
I can.
approximately 8:32 p.m. that they encountered something over Phoenix, Arizona.
It's a
end
young
quote.
Doc from Back
As a
to the
result,
Future. That's right,
the airman
Matt.
claims that Luke Air Force Base sent 2 F-15s to investigate. Upon their return to base, here's how the airmen described the pilot of one of the F-15s. Quote, "The command pilot of this particular flight, I've never seen this man scared, and he was scared to death. He's not sure what it was. His statement was that they followed this aircraft. It went on a
That's
straight line
crazy.
course. He saw 5 distinct lights in a triangular."
That's what I give. I give a lot of props, like more credit, I think. Let me pull this up here, guys. I think I give more credit to those, like pilot. Like, have you guys seen the most recent footage? It's called the Tic Tac video, where a guy is Tic Tac, not TikTok, guys. Where like a colonel in the Air Force is flying a jet doing exercises, and they come across these orbs that he describes as like a Tic Tac. He says it's they were flying and they were about the size of a 747 upright. So like a 747, instead of being like this, they were upright like that. And it could move and went underwater, did all sorts of crazy stuff. No exhaust, external exhaust, had to be propelled. Just crazy. But I give a lot more props to those kind of guys, because those guys don't want to come out and ruin their career with the government by saying these stories. So, all right, we're going to get into the last bit of it right now, guys.
Revelation. The airman claimed the Air Force Base, quote, had a complete lockdown. All hell broke loose, basically, and the facility was closed, end quote. Noteworthy is that this encounter occurred around 8:30 p.m. at the time of the first sighting, about an hour and a half
Everyone
before
loves
the
the guy's
military
hair.
claims they dropped flares. In response, the Air Force has denied this encounter ever took place.
So yeah,
Since
the
then,
Air Force
will
denied it
deny
even
this
ever took
story,
place, which
since
is
denying
weird with all
interest
the
in
evidence.
UFOs is something that the government has already done. In December 2017, it was found that the nation's Defense Department had used $22 million of their annual $600 billion budget for an advanced aerospace threat identification program. Defense Department officials admitted that for years, the program had been investigating
Exactly, Matt.
unidentified
Everyone
flying
would
objects.
have footage
Here's
of
a
it
quote
now,
from a
man.
New York Times article on a 60-minute documentary on this topic, detailing documents provided in the documentary. Quote, documents that describe sightings of aircraft that seem to move at very high velocities with no visible signs of propulsion. Or that
And with what we
with
know
no
now
apparent
and what the
means of
government's
lift.
actually admitting
End quote.
to actually
Why do you
knowing
think the
now
government
compared to
approaches the
before,
topic of UFOs with such
makes you wonder what it
trepidation? Why do you
really
think they're
was.
so against it?
That's
Let's
a
get
great
some
question,
government
because
footage
as
of
we
it.
now know, ever since the 50s and the 60s, open-minded people like the three of us. And
The
our
cracked out
audience.
Indiana Jones.
We've always been laughed at, and oh, those are the kooks, those are the crazies.
Yeah.
And then there's reports coming out, well, we've been studying this, files and files with hundreds of thousands of documents worldwide, not just by the US government, but by governments from Brazil, England, all over the place, that ultimately this stuff has been investigated.
I don't know.
And
That's the one thing I find it
that
weird
Pentagon
about
in
science. We'll talk about it here after we
2017
finish this up, but
released a
scientists
statement
baffle
saying,
me
hey,
with some of their...
we're investigating UFOs. That to me indicates that we've passed, or we are experiencing a paradigm shift, which is great.
In the end, neither skeptics nor believers can concretely prove
Yeah, look,
what
I mean,
happened that night.
that's
Despite hundreds
97
of
big
witnesses across an
camcorder
entire
footage.
state, the world seems content to leave what transpired that night as a mystery. Perhaps one day we'll have an answer, but for now, the case remains
All the news
unsolved.
covered it. That's just insane, man. So yeah, what else do you guys want to see on here? What else should we cover? I want to cover, I think next week, if everyone's down, I say we cover I'm going to do a little research and we'll look into the UFO that crashed here in Needles, supposedly. There's a lot of information on that. If you guys have spent any time down in the Red Dog, you would have heard all about it. Oh man, good times, good times. Hey, I appreciate everyone tuning in on Paranormal Tuesday. Sorry, it's just kind of been not exactly sure what it is, but it guy creeps me out. Yeah, hopefully I'm not the guy that creeps you out, but so. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Everyone blow up those comments. We got a weed box. I just got it in yesterday. We're going to do a baked in unbox. I've got some studio time booked tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff to roll out, guys. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Check out thedailydank.com. We got deals coming up, guys. Thursday's right around the corner, and we're going to drop the 4th of July weekend drops for everyone, guys. That's right. You got to deal with it. That's right. Just deal with it, guys. Thursday, we're on top of it, and you'll be seeing all the great places to go. Man, there's this party bus. It's going to be at the Healing Center. How cool is that, guys? Go look on their website. Check that out. They're not affiliated anyway, but just it's the Boogie Boards bus. If you... whatever you buy by their rules, I don't know what you got to do, but it's pretty easy to get on. I think you get to smoke on the bus, have a good time. I would check that out, man. There's going to be a lot of different drops going on, a lot of different things happening here in Needles. I would definitely hit it up. 4th of July weekend is going to be looking good, guys. Tomorrow is Weed Wednesday, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to finish that pineapple hookah. That's right, guys. You should stay at a hotel in Jerome. I do want to, and I'm going to film that, man. That's actually on the list, Matt. All right, appreciate it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Go check out those deals. Go get them, and we will see you. Blow up those comments. Throw up those likes, guys. Appreciate it. All right, Grass Green City, Stoner Edition. What's Grass Green City? I'm going to have to Google that right now, Francisco. All right. Appreciate it, guys. We'll see.